please welcome, join us, Vinita and Frederick. Frederick, I know you want to give the stage to Vinita, but we dragged you onto it even though, because maybe it's good to kind of give an introduction first on what is that, the Tomorrowland Foundation, where is it headed, because you were there working at it from the start.
It started 10 years ago, where there was that wish of the company and the two founders to distill the whole. These are the people that inspired us. These are the people of tomorrow, what we call the people attending our festival, and all the joy and love they radiate towards each other during those 2 weekends. We wanted to distill that and give something back to society. And not just using the voice and reputation as a brand we have to try to sell things to people, but also try to raise money to give back to society and to put and use our awareness to put a spotlight on organizations such as Ectara, who work very hard in the shadow, and endorse them with our brand.
And Ectara, why is it? Because it's very special to you. Frederick, you told me I go there like once or twice a year. Why Ectara? Why Vinita is so important to you?
Of course, all our projects are important to us.
We love all our children.
Yeah, of course. We've been introduced through Mobile School, which is one of our partners, and Arnaud Raskin, the founder of Mobile School, when I asked him, like, Arnaud, do you have other projects that we can link with? And he said, you really have to go to India and meet the ladies from Ectara. And I think the welcome we got there, the work they do, boots on the ground within communities where people live in conditions we cannot even imagine. That was extremely inspiring to us.
Yeah, so you met Frederick and the whole Tomorrowland Foundation. Vinita, Ectara, what is it? And especially, the word Ectara has a meaning? Probably it does.
Yes, so Ectara means one star. But we honestly believe that every child within our system is a star. So it's not, we treat every child individually and want to make every child shine like a star. Yeah.
And what are you doing with Ectara?
So it started as an academic program, but along the way we realized that academics was not enough, primarily because our children come from communities where they don't have anything else. And if we look at a mainstream child who is getting so much, and there is so much that goes into education, for these children it's much more, because they come from homes which are really, really small, from average family incomes of about less than €100 a month, where they are feeding maybe 5 or 6 members of the family. They are shared toilets between 10, 20, 30 people sometimes. There is no good drinking water. And so, it is not academics alone that is needed for them. So we needed to add on a lot of things to make it more holistic. So we do provide them meals, we provide them hygiene, nutrition, health. And in a way, in their lives, they have normalized sexual abuse, domestic violence, so they are living with it. We do not have reported cases, but we see signs every day of children coming to school with, signs of violence and everything. So we really need to work on mental therapy, on physical health. So along with education, along with academics, we've kind of put in all these elements to give our child a holistic growth into the system, yes.
And you cherish the child and the star within them, but you say they come from difficult backgrounds, difficult families. Are you also trying to work with the families, or is that something you try to stay out of?
So we always do believe that every family plays a role in the child's future, and they need to be partners in the process of change. We are not just working on education of children, but we are kind of working on community transformation, because it's only community transformation that can get them out of poverty. So working with the child alone will never work. And we are working with an extremely patriarchal society where the girls were not even prioritized to get education. So till we did not work on the families with the parents and have them integrated into the system, we could have never got the girls in school. We started with 20 girls, and today we have 1,100 girls within our facility, and we are working with 5,000 children across the city. So in order to grow in this way, we really had to work with every family member, starting from siblings right up to grandparents. So it's been like a journey of working with families, yes.
And is it sometimes difficult to get their trust, to allow you into their lives, to allow you to give their children that education and that idea of a future?
You know, we've been around for more than 10 years now, and the first few years were completely focused on winning their trust. It was just listening to them, hearing them, and answering what they wanted. So the first few years was really invested in building trust, but that kind of intervention has really given us a lot of gains over the future. It's kind of cascaded into multipliers, into multiple effects in the community. And today, about 5-7 years back, we had trouble in getting girls to school because they only want the boys to be educated. But today we run an education system for only girls. And now, when we start our admission process, we have at least 500 to 600 people queuing up for 50 seats every year. So that shows the kind of trust we've been able to build up in communities for educating their daughters.
And are you then able to expand because there's so many more children that want to join you?
While we do think that numbers are very, very important, we do keep the numbers low because we feel that quality is even more important. Our main intention is to bring these children out of poverty, to give them an education that makes them employable, which gives them self-worth, which gives them self-confidence. Until we focus on every child as an individual, we will not be able to get that result. So we really do focus on, quality, and that's why we've integrated so many things within our system, and we do not want to increase our numbers too many.
And I also understood that you work on families, on psychology, on hygiene, on education, but it's also an education in the very broad meaning, like I already mentioned it, music, arts, creativity. That's also part of the project.
So, as the world has been evolving, as everything is changing, everything is so dynamic, so volatile, we realize that we have to introduce other things into the system. And especially during COVID, it was a very, very big game changer for us because children came back with so much of baggage, with so many mental issues, with so much of violence during those few years that music and arts was the only way we could get them out of it. And it was that perfect time when we collaborated with Tomorrowland Foundation, who really did not just believe in, they did not believe in creating change. They actually did create the change. They've supported us over these 4 years in bringing about those little changes which have again multiplied to very big changes. And children who were not academically, doing well, or who were not being able to focus in classrooms, who were not being able to be attentive, for them, music was a game changer. Now today, we have many, many examples of children who are actually change their lives for themselves, for their siblings, for their families by introducing music in various forms. And honestly, it is because of the foundation they've been able to do it on such a big scale, yes.
And you have already seen moments like that, results of it, the faces of the children?
Yeah, as you see, it's really collaboration where we even bring big name DJs we have pastry chef Roger Van Damme being there, we travel with colleagues over there. I think they become part of the family, the Tomorrowland family, and vice versa. When talking to NGOs, it's very difficult for them to find sponsors for the soft skills. Nobody wants to invest in music and arts. Everybody wants to invest in education, which of course is the basic, let's be honest. But I think Hectara is the perfect proof, and all the other projects we now have also in South Africa and Brazil, that a kid and being able to express itself or herself creatively, whatever form or shape. We don't want to turn them into DJs or Mozart. If they end up being so, that's fine. Fingerprint for the smallest kids is fine as well. But it's part of their becoming an adult, and it's also becoming it's an empowerment. Yeah. It's putting a spotlight on the kid and asking the kid, like, show me what you can. These kids don't have a voice. Yeah. You can confirm.
Yes.
Nobody asks them how they're doing.
So, we do have examples of children like these who did not have a voice earlier and whom the Music and Arts School has really, like transformed them, because now we are actually looking out for talents, for creativity, and we are nurturing that because every child is born with it. We sincerely do believe that every child is the same, every child is born the same. It's what you can nurture in them and bring out. So we do have young girls who are like Arshi, who was possibly a born prodigy, but nobody recognized it. And today she is able to dance, she's able to sing, she holds an whole audience, and you give her the DJ equipment or you give her the keyboards, and she just takes off, and she's just fantastic, and she's all of 10 or 11. She belongs to a family who possibly cannot even give her every meal to eat. She has 3 sisters, and it's incredible how she has evolved in the Music and Arts School, and all the time she has spare, she'll just pick up some waste and create some art out of it. So it is encouragement, it is exposure, it is all that she sees around her when she sees people traveling who help her understand what she can be in the future, that we are actually helping them to create futures. We are not just, creating education. We only work with girls primarily, but we do have some boys who came into the system much earlier and who have evolved through the years. And today, one of our young boys, he is very, very academically weak. He was not able to study. He had no confidence. And his father was a shoemaker who used to get jobs maybe a few days of the week, and half the days they didn't have any money to eat any meals. They lived in a place where, the pipes were broken and sewage water, drinking water would all get mixed. And today, that boy, he is a DJ beyond excellence. The way he's been trained, the way he understands music is incredible. And, it's electronic music is not what they've grown up with. So it's what they hear and what they can replay in their lives, how they pick it up. It's only because of the foundation for the Music and Arts School that we've been able to, really hear these children now.
Because, Frederick, I think it's important we do invest and we do projects like this, but I can imagine you bring artists over there, they come there, what does it do to them? It probably also has an impact on those you bring to the foundation.
It has a huge impact. I think the best example is Martin Garrix, who came by on a visit while he was touring in India. And he was going to stay for half an hour. He stayed for the whole afternoon. And eventually we found out that he made a kind of an after movie of his Indian tour, doing all the cities, Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata. And half of the whole after movie was dedicated to his visits to the music. We didn't ask for that, obviously, but he was like, you see all the shows and the fireworks, and then suddenly change in this video, and he says like, I'm going to visit a beautiful project. So without us asking anything about them. So I think that's the best proof that it touched him as an artist.
Absolutely, I think so. And I think we were going to close the conversation with a video to show really what's it all about. Is there something we need to know before we go and take a look at it?
So, music and arts is the big equalizer, and what we need to work on is we need to work to integrate everything and to have every child equal. And I honestly feel that it is not just up to us or about any individual. It is about women empowerment, girls empowerment, community transformation, and every single person has a role to play. If we are all working to changing the world and making the world a better place, I think that every single person has a role to play, and it's not by doing things on your own or by supporting organizations. So we should all be very much aware of our surroundings and how we can change what's around us.
Okay, let's take a look at that video.
Yes,
thank you so much.
But do you love me like I love you? Don't have to rush if you don't want to. Oh, I'll be patient, but just know that there's no way that anybody else could love you like I love you. Like I love you. Love you. Like I love you. Love you.
पुरानो भन्दा अहिले धेरै चेन्ज पनि भएको छ अनि राम्रो पनि छ। म्युजिक स्कुल आएपछि हामीलाई खुसी पनि भएको छ। पहिलेको भन्दा धेरै खुसी भएको छ।
Nobody else could love you like I love you. Oh, I feel a lake through fire.
As a proud partner of the Tomorrowland Foundation, we decided to co-create a Live, Love, Unite toolkit, a game to learn about the Tomorrowland values, live, love, unite. We're so proud that 12 world-class DJs participated in the creation, and we can't wait to push it into the world.
Tonight, it's light up the sky. Almost right when you're by my side. 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 When you're by my side.
We're on our way to a music and art school. They're empowering young girls from the slums between 3 and 15 years old by education, but also teaching them how to express themselves through art, through music, with dancing. So I'm really excited to go there, play some music, and also meet the amazing people behind the school. The power of music is incredible. See the response of the kids, the energy, the joy. It gives me joy, and this makes me realize why I make music. It was really, really beautiful to see all the girls, but also the people behind who get to help them every day. I'm very grateful I got to see this with my own eyes. Also with the foundation of Tomorrowland. Everybody who's made this possible, it's very special.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. Yes. And I hope many more beautiful things will come out of it. Thank you so much
Thank
for joining
you
us
so
all the
much.
way from India. Vinita, Saraf, and Frederik
Thank
de
you.
Gezelle. Thank you.
Thank you.